I reach out to you people, and then you bring it to my home, you know, show me how to plant it as a baby, as it starts. So how is that process? Like, how are the clients, how is the response to that space?
Yeah, so basically what Organic Kitchen Gardens is about is installing kitchen gardens for people and also doing edible landscaping.
Yes.
So what you do is you tell us, hey, I have a space, I don't know how to start, I would like a kitchen garden, I would like to have my own vegetables. So what we do is we come have a look at the site, and then we do the assessment of, is there enough light, how is the soil, what vegetables we do well here, and then after which we come up with a quotation, of course, and then we come and do the installation. So we do everything from preparation of the garden. We come in with the soil and the compost and all that manure. We come in with the seedlings and plant it for you. So what happens is in urban setups, people don't really, people want simpler things, you know, like you need someone to help you do something. Yes, you need vegetables, but you don't want the dirty work of you know, going down all the process. So we help you do that. So what you'll have to do, and if you have a look at this space, so they're kind of raised garden boxes, and then in between you have ballast. So it's a very neat garden. So it's not like you have to come here with boots and you have mud and you're afraid you're going to step on your compound and it's gonna get dirty. So we also try to make it like beautiful and presentable, so that people can really you know, agree to have them in their spaces. Yes.
Okay. So I know there are types of gardens because people live differently in the urban setting. There's the sort outdoor, which I think this is what it is, and then there's the balcony type. So for the balcony type, of course, labda mtu ana space hapo. So I can see we have really nice, we have tires, we have this. Could you take us through this? About the tires.
So we make like, for example, that vertical wooden stand. Is very suitable for a balcony because one, it looks neat. It kind of forms like part of the balcony decor in a way. So you have your vertical herb stand. You can do herbs or you can do salads, like as you see we have lettuce, and you can do other salads. So those we can put in a balcony depending on your taste and what you'd like. Some even work on, like we can even hang some on rails if you don't have like enough space. We also have tire gardens, we have drum gardens, we have container gardens. So there's really a lot you can do with your balcony, as long as you have enough sunlight and the right conditions for those plants to thrive.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
So for you here, do you use these vegetables and herbs for your own domestic use, or do you also go into the aspect of, now I know we've talked about the generating bit where now you help people go through the garden. So for you, is this more, is it both domestic and commercial?
So this is really like, it's domestic, it's such a small space. So the veggies we get here we eat at home, so we don't really sell them, but as a company we have farms, like for example we grow strawberries. So and then we sell them to our clients, organic strawberries. But for this space, this is for domestic use.
This is for domestic use. Okay, all right. So now we talk about, you have a website. And the website has different, you know, a menu that takes us through everything. And I can see people purchase both vegetables and herbs. But which one have you seen most frequently that people are getting to purchase in terms of like vegetables, in terms of herbs, that people are really consuming, that has a high demand?
I think I would say vegetables. I think I would say vegetables. Herbs not so quite often. I don't think a lot of us, I mean the ones you're used to is like, you know, rosemary, maybe basil, and mint. So like most of these other herbs you'll find some other people preferring them, and then for some it's more of vegetables would be a priority. So I think vegetables kind of sell more, and people you know, want us to plant more vegetables for them compared to herbs.
So for a team that is required for such a space, because you're also into business, do you need a team? What kind of team do you need? How many people do you need in that team so that things can run smoothly?
So yes, you need a team, and we have a team. So I mean, we have a workshop where we produce the structures. So that you must have fundis for that. And then we have gardeners who do the gardening and the consultations. And then of course there's And what I'm trying to say is, I mean, this is us after a while in business, you know, but when you're starting up, you're the founder, and then you get one more person who can help you, and then probably you don't have a workshop and you do it with a fundi, a local fundi. Okay. So that is actually how you start up, and that is how we kind of started up in a way. But now we have our own workshop, we have our own fundis, and we have gardeners, and you know, the people who run social media, driver, and so it's something you grow over time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it continues growing. Yes. So you're comfortable enough to leave the house and say, my garden is fine, because there are people who are going to
like the company. Yes. That is true. Because like even today, I mean, some projects are going on, but then there are people who are taking care of that. Okay. Yes, but it's not something you started with. Yeah. So over time, then you build a team. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So after all that we've had, I want to start a kitchen garden. What exactly do I need apart from soil and apart from the seedlings themselves?
So one, you need a suitable space, and then when you have a suitable space, so depending on whether it's a small space, whether it's a balcony or an outdoor space, so you need containers. Yes. You can even plant, directly in the ground, like how we do it traditionally, or you can have such containers, like whether it's wooden or metallic, or so the most important thing is, if it's containers, it has to have good drainage. So you need a space, either space or a container, and then of course you need the soil, and you need the soil to be healthy, especially if you're talking about organic farming, because having the foundation of it, like the soil, is what really determines how the plant will grow, whether it's gonna be susceptible to diseases or so the healthier the soil, the higher the chance that this plant is going to grow strongly. So you need the soil, and then what do you need? Of course, these other things of, either watering can, or if you don't have that, you can use a container. So you need to water the plants, and generally take good care of the plants, because plants really are living things. So most of the time people think you can just plant spinach and leave them there. No, you have to attend to your garden for it to flourish.
Okay. Yes. So do you guys help now people? Do you advise them on how to go about this whole process?
Yes.
Okay.
So during installation, we kind of give you a guide of how to take care of these plants. Yeah. But again, we have garden maintenance, so we can always come in like twice a month or every other week to maintain your garden. So we give people that option. Okay. Yes.
Why crocodile inaweza tokea juu. Hiyo sijakula hata unataka nikufe kabla ni. I don't like it. I don't. Miss Kai na hipo ikitokelezea ivuruche simu yangu. No, ni sawa. Those who know me will tell you I'm not a lover of large volumes of water. But for you, we rove the different parts of the country and beyond just to make sure that we bring you the experience. We educate you, we entertain you, and we inform you.
That it's not political and it can do something.
As we sail the boat of Morning Cafe to enlighten you, entertain you, and inform you every Monday to Friday, only on TV 47.
Woo. Construction can be quite a task, but how do you move from finding your piece of land, sourcing the right materials, getting the right labor force to put up your building? Or better yet, how do you source for a building that's already built?
Just a small size of land can suit just a big maisonette, because you are going high.
How do you ensure you get the right finishes to bring?
So for you, how much exactly did you invest in this particular garden?
In this particular garden?
How much did it cost?
It's quite hard to quantify this, because it's a process, So okay, this is quite hard to. But so you see, money here would go into the wooden boxes, so like the wood.
Yes.
And then, of course, if you don't have the soil, then the soil, and then, of course, the seeds and the seedlings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite hard to quantify, to be honest, because it's also been a process, you know. So it was like 1-2 boxes, and then you added more.
Yeah.
And then now you have the vertical stands, and then you have, and I think because it was a demo garden, then we don't really have, it's quite hard.
Okay, then let's get into the vertical garden. For if I want such a stand, how much would that go for?
So varies depending on what you want planted and also the design. So that would be, you know, it would range between like 10 to 20.
10 to 20.
Depending on what wood has been used, you know. So you'd know that, like, for example, if it's hardwood, like mahogany, it's obviously more expensive compared to other woods.
Okay.
And so that, and then there's the paint, and then there's the potting soil, the potting mix, and then there's the seedlings. Yeah.
Okay. So what challenges have you seen yourself going through with now kitchen gardening, apart from the ones that are there? For example, maybe the cost, maybe it's a bit of a challenge for some people. What else have you gone through?
From a client's perspective or from a company?
Both, if you can get that.
The challenges. So one, I think it's quite, I mean, people are now buying these urban gardening concept.
Yes.
It's not something that people would do most of the time.
Yeah.
And I think one of the contributing factors is COVID. So people have realized you actually need to plant for economical purposes, one, because if you have your vegetables, then you're saving.
Yes.
And then the other thing would be for the desire to eat healthy.
Yes.
Because now people are more cautious with their health and, you know, what goes into their plate, and people know about the toxic food and the pesticides.
Yes.
Yes. But again, just, you know, like the new thing of, you know, we're in Kenya and someone coming to set up a kitchen garden for you, and maybe at whatever cost. So for some people it's like, it's too pricey. It's too pricey. Yeah, but we always tell people that health is wealth. Like if you're, I mean, like your vegetables, you could be really trying so hard to eat healthy, you know, like juicing and all that, but you're eating chemicals from the pesticides. But then if you really want to live healthy and you really, and again, like some of these containers you only buy once, so going forward you have them. So you won't have to be buying every other time. So the initial thing would be a challenge. But again, what we always say is work with what you have. You can even upcycle and recycle the, you know, like plastic containers in your house. So it doesn't have to be expensive. So just work with your budget. There's no excuse of, you know, like not having one. Yes.
When did you guys get into the space where you decided that now we're going to make this a business? And even in that business, have you found clients who probably they want nyanya or they want something different that you're not offering? Are you able to give them that even as they're requesting for a kitchen garden?
So this started as a business. Like it never really started as a whole. It was a business. I mean, because I mentioned it started during last year, early last year. So it started as a business. So it was about promoting edible landscaping and telling people you don't have to have like a whole quarter acre of grass and trees you're not eating. You know, like plant fruit trees, plant veggies you can eat. So it started as a business, really. Sorry, I think
So for the client, let's say nataka nyanya, and probably because of how your website is, you don't provide that. Are you still able to give that to a client, even for what vegetables are not available there? Are you able to come and set that up for them?
Yeah, I mean, for most of the seedlings we outsource, and then we find a lot of clients asking about the organic produce. So for that, we work with organic farmers, like legit organic farmers, you know. So we could give you, you know, like a link of, you know, this is where you can get it. But again, we're working on having our own organic produce for our clients.
And you've spoken about organic farmers. Is there a particular reason why you wouldn't want to go to an organic market and sell your produce? Or does the website, just how technology has come, has it helped you more? Or have you ever considered doing, you know, the organic farmers market way? Physically going to a market, selling your produce.
So I think one, now that you're in this pandemic, it's quite restricting to go into these markets. Even I think, I mean, like most of them are closed during the lockdown and even now, I guess. But we've really found a way of working online. Yeah, which is a current thing, you know. So people can purchase their stuff more online. So even for our clients, like we get most of them online. But again, there's that space where when you go to a physical organic market, you'd also sell your produce. Yes.
Yeah, because most people would think because you're online, the vegetables might be a bit pricey. I don't know why there's that notion. Yes, you've never felt like when something is being sold online, you're a bit, you're contemplating, you're like, do I really want to buy it? It might, even without checking, you might think something is pricier. But I guess it's the same price that you do even online.
It is. So the thing would be about delivery, but again, it's cost saving. I mean, you could do something else during the weekend instead of going to a farmer's market. So maybe the cost you'd have spent fueling your car and going and spending that time. So maybe the thing is about delivery cost. But yes, there's that notion of we are not yet fully online because you know you get people who scam you and you see some very beautiful vegetables and they come and they're looking not so good. So people are quite cautious, but again, what we are doing really with our garden installation, it's something you'll see eventually in your space. So it's not a challenge for us working online.
Okay. Are we planning to see your garden growing, getting more plants, getting more crops?
This garden? Yes. I mean, we still have a lot of space here which we want to make use of. I mean, even the wood there, so we could hang more, you know, like strawberries. So it's still in the process of growing. Yes, but again, at times we use this space for more things like gardening classes. So again, we don't want to fill it up so much.
So for a gardening class, and I want to come for one, how exactly will you charge me, or how will I come about, you know, that space?
So the charges would range between, so depends really. So, you know, if you come as a group, it's cheaper. But then if you come as an individual, you know, you're engaging someone like a trainer and you see like for a number of hours. But gardening classes always range around 3,000 shillings for adults. For kids, between 1,000 and 2,500, depending, because we also do private classes. So we could come home, and especially now that kids are home, so we come and then teach your kids how to garden. So for the private lessons where we have to, you know, fuel the car and come all the way to a place, so that would be, we have to cover the cost,
Okay, so far with how urban farming is taking place in Kenya right now, ever since the pandemic, how do you find the response, like with the people around, the people you've worked with, the clients you've worked with? How is the response when it comes to urban farming? Because mostly people think that you need that shamba to, you know, grow your crops, and some people want it for domestic, others want it for commercial. So you being in that space, how do you feel about that?
People are actually quite excited that they can actually grow their own veggies in whatever space. So people are really buying into this, and they're responding positively, which is also a good thing. And people are actually more cautious about their health. So the thing about organic farming and gardening really catches the eye, you know, like they buy to that.
So because we spoke about organic and not using even chemicals, so how are you able to treat in terms of when it comes to diseases, the pests like aphids that attack most of these vegetables? How are you able to deal with it?
So one, as I said, is making sure the foundation of it, like the soil is really good, so then the plant would thrive. And then now we have things like garlic paste, we have neem tree, mwarubaini, we have natural pest control measures. Like if you have ladybirds, they would in the garden, they would feed on aphids. So, and again, we have companion planting, where, for example, you plant something like basil with tomatoes, so they'll so some insects will hate the smell of basil and then not attack the tomatoes. So there's companion planting, there's the natural ways of doing it, there's having healthy soil, and then now we have the organic pesticides like neem oil, garlic paste, we have chili. So yes.
All right. So you're very active with your pages. I know your Instagram page and your website. And I believe that's where people can get you. And you can be able to take them through the whole space of kitchen gardening, that you don't need a big space to start farming. You can have your vertical garden, you can have the hanging ones. So thank you very much.
Thank you
for this interview.
Thank you too.
And
Thanks
for inviting us to your
us.
space.
Thank you.
So we hope to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Grows.
Yes, and as you said, we have the online pages and you can go follow us, Organic Kitchen Gardens. Our website is www.organickitchengardens.co.ke. You can always reach out to us and we'll help you plant a beautiful, functional organic garden and also for edible landscaping. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you've learned that your small space is not an excuse for gardening. Be sure to catch us next week, same time but a different place, right here on KILIMO Diaries.